is the same moon above you, aglow with its cool evening light, but shining at night into nature. Never does it shine so bright. The stars are aglow in the heavens, but only the wise understand that shining at night into nature, they guide you through the desert sand. Words fail to tell a tale too exotic to be told. Each night's a different night in the world ages old.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. At this time, we would like to request that all guests clear the aisles and be seated so that we may begin the processional for the 82nd annual commencement exercise for Dillard High School's class of 2021. It is our desire that our graduation ceremony be one of honor, respect, and dignity. May we remind you that personal use of cameras without flash and handheld video cameras are permitted as long as you remain in your seat and respect the viewing rights of others attending this ceremony. Our school has hired a professional photographer who will photograph each graduate before he or she crosses the stage. You'll be able to purchase these graduation pictures. While polite applause is always appreciated, please do not whistle, cheer, shout, or disrespect during the graduation exercise. Please refrain from using any type of horn or other noise-making apparatus during this very dignified ceremony. We would like to give each graduate and the class of 2021 as a whole the respect they have earned and so richly deserve. Please also remember that eating and smoking are not permitted in the gymnasium. In order to give each graduate an equal opportunity to be seen, we ask that the audience remain seated but stands for the presentation of colors and the Pledge of Allegiance. At the conclusion of tonight's ceremony, in honor of our graduates, please remain seated during the recessional and remain seated until the last graduate leaves the gymnasium. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you remain seated as we welcome the faculty of Dillard High School and the class of 2021.
Good afternoon, Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I said good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Takia McCunn, and I am your 2021 Student Government Association President. Please stand for the presentation of colors and the Pledge of Allegiance. Please remain standing for the singing of the National Anthem by Solomon Lyra and the exit of Dillard High School, Air Force JROTC Color Guard. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting, and they gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
You may now be seated. Thank you.
Good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, graduates, and distinguished guests. My name is Sharon G. Robinson. I am your 2020-2021 Student Government Association historian. This evening, I have the distinct honor to introduce the baddest principal in the land, also known as my mother, Mrs. Cassandra D. Robinson. The proud principal of Dillard High School 6 through 12. She leads the school with grace and poise, You can constantly be seeing her throughout the campus, interacting with faculty, staff, and most importantly, the students. As a principal, her expectations for Dillard High School 6 through 12 are extremely high. She believes with the right teaching strategies, all students can achieve and do anything they put their minds to. Since my mom, Mrs. Robinson's arrival, she has led Dillard High School in increasing numbers of the industry certifications from 21 to over 350. FSA and EOC scores have also increased under her leadership. And most currently, the graduation rate is 97%. Dillard High School earned its first and only A in the school's history under the leadership of, you got it, my mom, Mrs. Robinson. Mrs. Robinson is a product of Broward County Public Schools and holds a Bachelor's of Science in Marketing with the emphasis of computer science from the Florida Atlantic University. And she has earned 2 master's degrees from the Educational Leadership and Social Science from Nova Southeastern University, and is currently pursuing her PhD in Educational Leadership from Florida Atlantic University. She has over 20 years of educational experience, of which the last 9 she has served as principal at the historic Dillard High School. And the previous 8 years, she served as principal of William Dandy, where she led that school in an A for 8 consecutive years. As you all know, Mrs. Robinson's philosophy is together we make great things happen. Mrs. Robinson is married to my dad, Mr. Ashley Robinson. Not only is Mrs. Robinson the principal of the historic Dillard High School, but she's an amazing mother. Mom, thank you for all you do for me, guiding me, praying for me when I need it, and shaping me into the young, beautiful woman I am today. My mom is also a proud member of the Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, Zeta Rho Omega Chapter, the president of the Broward Alliance of Black School Educators, mom and member of Jack and Jill of America, and a longtime member and deaconess of the First Baptist Church, Piney Grove. Ladies and gentlemen, graduates and guests, I present to you our principal and my mother, Mrs. Cassandra D. Robinson.
I have to get myself together after that. Yeah, somebody said, take your time. I will. Thank you, Gabrielle, my beautiful and talented daughter, for that awesome introduction. Gabrielle is one of the sweetest and kindest people I know, whom I love and respect. She's been a part of the nationally known Dillard Center for the Performing Arts Magnet Program for all 4 years of her high school career, where she has been in numerous shows, including The Color Purple, The Bodyguard, and Hairspray, to name a few, and has worked extensively with sound and lighting, and has been the student director for several shows. Gabrielle is the proud president of Women of Tomorrow under the leadership of Ms. McKenzie, and is the historian for the Student Government Association under the leadership of Ms. Telfair. Gabrielle has a 3.6 GPA, and plans to attend the Florida Memorial University in the fall, where she plans to major in criminal justice and law. Again, thank you, Gabrielle, for that warm welcome, one like no other, one that only a daughter can do. Please give Gabrielle a big round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the entire Dillard High School faculty and staff, welcome to the commencement exercises for the Dillard High School class of 2021. Woohoo! You should be making some noise right there. Yeah. This commencement exercise marks the culmination of 4 years of hard work and study, the actualization of goals attained,
and the acknowledgement of successes achieved. It is now my pleasure to recognize those individuals seated on the stage. To my immediate left, Ms. Donna Korn, Countywide at Large, School Board Member, Seat 8, the School Board of Broward County, Florida. Dr. Valerie Wanza, Chief Officer of Student Performance and Accountability. Mr. Todd LePace, Cadre Director, Office of Student Performance and Accountability. Mr. Joris J. Bowen, Chief Auditor, Broward County Schools. Second row, there's some movement on me, so second row, Ms. Tracy Latimer. Give it up for your 12th grade administrator. Ms. Gia Roberts, 11th grade assistant principal. Mr. Robert Levinsky, 10th grade assistant principal. Mr. Patrick Lowe, 9th grade assistant principal. Mr. Joshua Philpart, new to Dillard High School, 6th to 8th grade assistant principal. Seated next to him is Mr. Antonio Williams, senior class counselor. You've already met Ms. Sharon Gabrielle Robinson, historian, Student Government Association. You heard that nice rendition from Solomon. Give Solomon another, I'm sorry, he's gone. I'm sorry, but give Solomon a round of applause anyway. He's standing over there. Mr. Ricardo Sanchez Gordon, your valedictorian. Okay, there was some movement. So, Miss Andrea Duarte Yepes, salutatorian. What I call your name, students. Now, I want my students to stand up. The adults chose not to, and that's fine. But students, this is your moment. So I'm going to start over. When I call your name, students, and I'm going to start with the valedictorian, I want you to stand up and be recognized. Mr. Ricardo Sanchez Gordon, your valedictorian. Ms. Andrea Duarte Yepes, salutatorian. Mr. Jabari Ashley, senior class president. Ms. Taikia Makan, student government president. And Ms. Sharon Gabrielle Robinson, historian, Student Government Association. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce to you our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Robert Runcie. As superintendent of the nation's 6th largest school district, with over 270,000 students in 337 schools and approximately 30,000 employees, Broward County Public Schools Superintendent Robert W. Runcie is committed to educating today's students to succeed in tomorrow's world. Mr. Runcie knows firsthand how a quality education can transform a person's life. Born in Jamaica, he moved to the United States as a young boy and became the first member of his family to attend college, graduating from Harvard University and earning an MBA from Northwestern University. He later founded a management and technology consulting company and held several strategic leadership positions with Chicago Public Schools, including serving as Chief Information Officer, Chief Administrative Officer, Chief Area Instructional Officer, and Chief of Staff to the Board of Education. Mr. Runcie joined Broward County Public Schools in 2011. With the support of a dynamic school board, Mr. Runcie developed a strategic plan for the district focusing on 3 key areas: high-quality instruction, continuous improvement, and more effective communications. As part of these strategic goals, Mr. Runcie spearheaded technology innovations in the classroom. Among these initiatives is the Digital 5, Pathways to Personalized Learning, which provides a blended, personalized learning environment for students and teachers from 100 elementary schools with laptops, digital resources, online instructional materials, and other learning tools to maximize student learning. Mr. Runcie will always be remembered for leading this district during these unprecedented times of a global pandemic caused by COVID-19, and doing everything in his power to ensure that educators and students have what they need to ensure ongoing teaching and learning, and that teaching and learning never stops. Mr. Runcie couldn't be here tonight, but let's give him a big round of applause as we watch a video from him.
You are about to join a very special group. You are about to become a graduate of Broward County Public Schools. Your past school year has been historic. Your schools closed and opened, and you learned wherever Wi-Fi was the strongest. You spent days behind masks through the coronavirus pandemic. You lived through racial and political turmoil that has divided communities, through a severe economic downturn and job losses and an acrimonious presidential election. But the class of 2021 adapted and persevered through all of this and more. You worked hard. You continued to learn and achieve. You succeeded. You will write the next chapter in the history books. Given what I know about you, I believe the chapter will be full of stories of courage, grace, and hope that will fuel a stronger humanity. There's a story I want to share with you that I hope will help you put life's challenges in perspective and inspire you to make the most of the gift of life that you have been given. A teacher passed out a writing exercise to her students. It consisted of only a black dot in the center of a piece of white paper. She asked the students to write a few sentences to describe what they saw. Once everyone was finished, she collected the pages and started reading the writings to the class. They all wrote about the black dot, its size, and its position on the page. Some even got creative and described it as a portal to the universe. Regardless, all the comments were about the black dot. What was interesting is that no one wrote about the white part of the paper, that which is the foundation for the whole. Think about it. If there was not an entire field of white space, that black dot would never even be seen. What's the message here? You have so much to celebrate in life if you see the whole picture. The dark spots are very small when compared to everything we have in our lives, but they are the ones that occupy and pollute our mind. Don't focus on the dark spots, the disappointments, the anxious thoughts, the bad news, the sensational headlines, the social media feeds. Because when you do, you are taking your foundational good for granted. So much so that you forget to notice the greater blessings in your life. Take your eyes off the dot-sized frustrations and focus on the bigger and brighter part of your life. As you graduate, think about what is important to you, what you care about, what you want to prioritize, and where you may be able to make the greatest impact after high school. Find your own path to be successful. Our life is a gift. We will always have reasons to celebrate. Nature renewing itself daily on the planet we call home, the friends and family around us, music and art that we enjoy, rainbows and sunsets, our teachers, and your high school graduation. Enjoy each one of your blessings and each moment that life gives you. Congratulations to our amazing class of 2021 graduates. I am proud of you. You've overcome challenges and you've succeeded in becoming a graduate. I will always remember you. I love you and pray that your life's journey will lead you to true joy and happiness. Congratulations.
Give it up for Mr. Runcie, our superintendent of schools. Also, give it up for your senior class sponsor, Ms. Giannia Foston. Also joining us tonight, I just saw him come in, is Commissioner Robert McKenzie of Fort Lauderdale. Mr. McKenzie, please stand. Thank you. It is with great pleasure that I stand before you tonight as the exceptionally proud principal of Dillard High School, a school with such great history, success, and pride. Thank you to all for joining us this evening to share this day with the Dillard High School family as we celebrate another milestone and an already distinguished legacy of over 114 years of educating students across the country. Now, let me give you a little quick history lesson about the 114 years. Dillard High School, the first African-American high school in Broward County, was established in 1907, after the turn of the 19th century. The school was named after James Harvey Dillard, a white philanthropist and an advocate for Black education. The school was originally called Colored School Number 11 and was just the beginning of many African-American achievements in the South Florida area. The school was built on land purchased from community pioneers Frank and Ivy Stranahan in a one-room frame building as the first school for Black youths in Fort Lauderdale. In the early years, Dillard carried only grades 1 through 8. In 1924, the first new building was built, which is now known as the Old Dillard Museum. Dillard High School was the only high school in Fort Lauderdale for Black children and was known as the Center for Education for Blacks. Then, in 1937, Dillard became Dillard High School, where the first principal was Dr. Joseph A. Ely. Dillard High School's first commencement was held in May of 1938. Dillard High moved into its present-day facility in 1950 and is the anchor of the community. Dillard High School has a rich history, along with the distinction of being over 114 years strong. It is the academic home of many proud graduates and proud staff members. At this moment, it is with great pleasure that I introduce to you the esteemed faculty and staff of this historic high school. At this time, will all faculty and staff please stand and be recognized? All right, give it up for Dillard High School faculty and staff. Thank you, faculty and staff. You may be seated. Faculty, thank you for a great job in preparing our students for the next phase of their lives. And thank you for the many hours you devoted to assisting with making our school, Dillard High School 6 through 12, a great place to learn and a great place to work. As we continue the legacy of educating students, it is my pleasure to present to you the Dillard High School class of 2021, a class like no other. Graduates, please stand right where you are and be recognized. Thank you. Graduates, this please recognize and give the Dillard High School class of 2021 another big round of applause. Somebody said 2-1. 2-1. Thank you, graduates. You may have a seat. Yeah. Had to get y'all crunk up a little bit. This year has unequivocally been like no other. And you, class of 2021, are indisputable and undeniable like no other. Your school-wide theme of like no other is perfect for so many reasons. As it's no secret, like no other, this has been a whirlwind of a year due to COVID-19. None of us knew that we would be forced to ride out this tide in a worldwide pandemic, but we did it, and as Dr. Wanza can say, we did it together. Life isn't about waiting for the storm to pass, it's about learning how to dance in the rain. Your school-wide theme, like no other, describes you perfectly. Not even COVID-19 could stop you. You have been resilient, you have persevered like no other. You are strong, determined, and overcomers. You are like no other, and I am incredibly proud to be your principal. Graduates, you may not realize your strength or the power you possess or the endurance you have. Endurance is trudging on a little bit longer. It's not giving up, but getting stronger. You can't ever give up. Just keep going and going. Take a break if you must, but don't you quit. Like Tupac Shakur, one of the most influential people of his times, a talented rapper, actor, and poet, he inspired people throughout his life and beyond. In his Reality is Wrong, Dreams Are for Real piece, he says, we have the power to bring our dreams to life. The reality as we know it exists because our life conditioning our thoughts to this point. There is no such thing as actual reality, he says, only your perception of it. So dream big, work hard, and conquer everything that comes before you. The fact that you are here today is the ultimate sign of your ability to dream big, work hard, endure, and conquer challenges that come before you. You took care of your business and you're here today. You earned all your credits, passed all your exams, and completed your high school requirements, and you're graduating from high school. Go ahead with your bad self. In many instances, you made it because someone was there to give you a helping hand, put a roof over your head, provided food for you to eat, put clothes on your back, and most importantly, someone was there to pray for you and extend you an olive branch when you need it. I see an amen corner over there. I'm talking about all those people in your life who believed in you and never gave up on you. Will all the parents, grandparents, aunties, uncles, preachers, next door neighbors who assisted getting one of these graduates to this point, would you please stand and be recognized? Thank you. That's everybody in the room. Yes, graduates, give your parents a big round of applause. Come on now, you can do better than that. Yeah, thank you. You may be seated. Parents, thank you for choosing Dillard High School, and thank you for the privilege of working with you and your students. As I prepared my principal remarks, I found myself reflecting on the last 4 years, and I found myself meditating on your senior theme of a class like no other. When I reflected on you as ninth graders, you probably had Miss Ann Thomas or Miss Davenport for English. Maybe you had Miss Foston for science, Miss Eli or Miss Power Walker for math. You experienced your first high school pep rally. I could remember when we asked for ninth graders to make some noise at the pep rally, we could barely hear you. Moving on to 10th grade, we could see you coming out of your shell. Your confidence was growing. You probably had, as a 10th grade teacher, Miss Brody or Miss Lee Wright for English. Yeah. Mr. Woodburn or Miss Young for math. You were no longer the quietest group at the pep rally. You quickly moved on to 11th grade. You were a big-time junior. Probably had Miss Feynman or Mr. Reynolds for U.S. history. Probably just starting to learn how to drive, and the pandemic hit in March 2020. And everywhere you went, you heard CDC guidelines strictly enforced. You must have on a mask and maintain social distancing. Your 12th grade year was finally here, and you probably had Mr. Wynn or Mr. May for U.S. government and economics. Probably had Miss Dixon, Miss Talley, or Mr. Billings. And you started asking yourself some serious questions. Number one, what is prom gonna look like? That was your first serious question. Then you wanted to know, are we gonna have a graduation? And I want you to know some hardworking people on this stage made today possible that we had this graduation. And while community service looked a little different this year, many of you still met and exceeded the minimum criteria of 40 in-service points. At this time, a big shout out to China Matier, who earned over 250 community service hours. Where are you, China? Stand up and be recognized. There she is. Yep. As a class, you received millions of dollars in scholarships to colleges across the country, including but not limited to Howard University, Georgia Tech, USC, Alabama State, FAMU, Florida State, and the list goes on and on. Not to mention the students who received over $80,000 each in scholarships through the U.S. Armed Forces. Will all those students going to serve and protect our country through the U.S. Armed Forces, please stand where you are and be recognized. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you in advance for your service. We have a saying here at Dillard High School that we excel in academics, the arts, technology, and athletics. So check this out. Please indulge me for a few minutes as I highlight a few accomplishments in each area. In academics, this year during a pandemic, we continued to expand our Cambridge program by adding 4 new classes. Additionally, you can clap anywhere in between because these are great accomplishments. Yeah. Additionally, despite the challenges of e-learning, not only was Broward County awarded the Cambridge District of the Year, but when we received our Cambridge scores here at Dillard High School, we learned 99% of our students passed their exams. This year, 2 of our students earned awards at the District Literary Fair, and one of the students was senior, Miss Atinia Williams. And you've already heard that we boast a graduation rate of over 97%. Thank you to all the teachers for this academic success. In the area of arts, a shout out to the marching band under the leadership of the Sheldon McLean. Mr. McLean is Dillard High School's 2021-2022 Teacher of the Year and a district finalist for Teacher of the Year. Congratulations. You go ahead. Congratulations to Mr. Dorsey and the jazz band for being invited back to the Essentially Ellington competition for the 12th time. Big shout out to Mr. Charles. Thank you for all you do for the entire performing and visual arts program. In the area of technology, the students of the Sigma Cat robotics team won the Imagery for the Game Design Challenge hosted by FIRST. Yeah. We were ranked #1 among 30 other teams. Junior Achievement Team invented a product, Autotizer, and sold 300 units. In digital art, Cohen Pierre won 2 gold keys and 2 silver keys at regional scholastics, and then 1 silver key at the national competition. Thank you, Ms. Swanson, for all you do for the ECT department. Hats off to Ms. Jeannie Jones, Academy of Health and Science, and Chef Mapp of the Academy of Hospitality and Tourism. They led their teams in earning the designation of distinction. And those of us in education, you know that's a big deal. And here's another big deal. 99% of the ProStart students became Restaurant Association certified. And one of the students in there, Naini Nagodo, was awarded a scholarship, check this out, to any culinary school in the country of her choice. A big shout out to the Digital and Occupational Technology Department under the leadership of Ms. Butler Overstreet. In the area of athletics, Coach Tyler Tate, in his first year as head coach, had an undefeated season and won the Tri-County 6A 1A Gold Division Championship. Was named Sun Sentinel Coach of the Year, and multiple players were recognized as all-county and all-state selections. Coach Davison Gill won the first state championship in track and field in the school's history. Was named Don Shula Coach of the Year and Broward's Track and Field Coach of the Year. I pause now to salute legendary head basketball coach and longtime educator, Mr. Darrell Burrows. Yeah. After 28 years as head coach, all at Dillard High School, Coach Burrows is retiring with 625 wins, 7 state titles, named Miami Herald Boys Basketball Coach of the Year, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 5 times. Thank you, Coach Burrows, for your service in the classroom and on the court. All the best to you in retirement. The list of the accomplishments, way too many to name here. It goes on and on. Class of 2021, you truly excel in academics, the arts, technology, and athletics. Being a high school graduate is an exciting time. For many of you, you'll be leaving home for the first time. You'll be making your own decisions, deciding when to eat and what to eat. You'll probably live at McDonald's. You'll decide whether to go to bed or stay up all night. Nobody to say, boy, turn that TV off and go to bed. But graduation is a serious matter. Class of 2021, it's no mistake that you're known as a class like no other. Who knew when you came up with that theme that you would be the senior class that would live through a worldwide pandemic where over 500,000 people would perish, but you would survive? You're a class like no other. You're a class like no other because you have the ability to see what is happening around you with a much greater awareness. You see the greater truth of how all oppression is connected. You're a class like no other because you'll take a serious examination of America's current social justice. When you believe in something, you'll fight for it. And when you see injustice, you'll fight harder than you've ever fought before. As Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Justice will not be served until those who are unaffected are as outraged as those who are. You're a class like no other because if you see something wrong, you'll say something. I challenge you to speak out against the unjust brutality and the unnecessary killings and shootings like those of Dranella Frazier, Breonna Taylor, Trayvon Martin, Michael Brown, and George Floyd. I challenge you to breathe, take your stand, and live your life fighting for justice, equal rights, fair wages, fair labor practices, and affordable homes. Live your life like your grandmama told you, baby, do the right thing, treat people right, regardless of the color of their skin. Yeah. I challenge you to use your vote and your voice to make a difference in your community and in America. You're a class like no other because you will help close the gap in opportunity and income that drives a wedge between rich and poor. I challenge you to hire qualified individuals who look like you. Give them a chance when no one else will. You're a class like no other because you won't accept bullying of any kind, and you won't be a bully of any kind. I challenge you to fight for women's rights. I challenge you to believe all people, regardless of their gender or race, should be treated equally. Don't tolerate discrimination. If faced with discrimination, I challenge you to be like Zora Neale Hurston when she said, "Sometimes I feel discriminated against, but it doesn't make me angry. It merely astonishes me. How can anyone deny themselves the pleasure of my company? Is beyond me." You're a class like no other. You have the power, you have an obligation. You have the right, you have the intelligence to stand up for what's right. Even if you're standing alone, you can't sit back and be silent. The danger of being silent, as stated in a 1958 speech by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., is that in the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. By being silent, you allow ignorance and hate to take hold. I challenge you to speak up and speak out for what's right. Find your voice. In closing, live your life ethically, live your life courageously, live your life informed, live your life purposefully. Use your vote and your voice to make a positive difference in the community. You don't have to accept things you're not okay with. You cannot change the world by being like the world. Stand alone, stand apart, stand out, stand up, and be brave. Be an encourager. The world has plenty of critics already. Unfortunately, the haters will always be among us. Don't try to fit in when you were born to stand out. It's okay to speak up for yourself. Be assertive and refuse disrespect. Set healthy boundaries. Speak your mind even though your voice shakes. Don't be afraid to speak up for yourself. Keep fighting for your dreams because you're somebody special. You're a class like no other. I am so proud of each of you. This night, June 5th, 2021, your graduation night will be forever etched into the walls of our memory. You and I will always share a bond. May the world embrace you, excite you, and strengthen you in everything you do. May you wear the blue and gray with pride, and may you represent your alma mater with excellence. As proud students of Dillard High School and as the proud principal of Dillard High School, we are connected forever. It's been my honor to serve as your principal for the last 4 years. Go and be great. Thank you. We're following CDC guidelines, so give me a minute. Thank you, class of 2021.
Thank you, Mrs. Robinson. Good evening, everyone. And congratulations to the class of 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, in just 5 short years, the family of our salutatorian left their homes, their professions, their family, and their friends, and their heritage in Venezuela in pursuit of a better life, in pursuit of the American dream. In just 5 short years, our salutatorian had to adjust to a whole new way of life, a new culture, a brand new language. And in just 5 short years, our salutatorian has not just beaten the odds, she is ranked the 2nd highest academically performing student in her graduating class. I'd like to say that is quite impressive. It is my distinct honor to introduce the salutatorian of the Dillard High School graduating class of 2021. This student has made the A honor roll every marking period at Dillard High School. every marking period. She has been a regular on the principal's honor roll, an honor bestowed upon students who earn straight A's in all classes for the entire marking period. And she has done this at least 16 times during her educational career at Dillard High School, all while taking a full load of advanced placement, honors, and ACE college level classes. One thing that our salutatorian would want you to know about her is that she believes in hard work and that effort matters. It is this same drive that has led Andrea Duarte's Yepes to strive for excellence, hard work, and to put forth maximum effort in everything she does. And in just 4 short years at Dillard High School, Andrea has made tremendous accomplishments and has been involved in numerous clubs and activities, including National Honor Society, Business Professionals of America, and the Emerging Technology Magnet Program. She has been recognized with Scholastics Awards in Art and Writing for the past 3 consecutive years, and the Business Professionals of America State Award for Digital Media Production. Even though we have been in a global pandemic for her entire senior year and part of her junior year, Andrea has managed to accumulate 123 community service hours. Andrea's hard work has afforded her the opportunity to be recognized with this distinction among over 370 of her peers. She will be leaving us with 30.5 high school credits, 15 college credits, and a weighted GPA grade point average of 5.08. With those accolades, Andrea could have chosen to attend the school of her choice, and thus, she has chosen to remain close to home, where she will attend Florida Atlantic University in the fall and major in graphic art design with the hopes of becoming a motion picture art director. Accomplishments like these don't happen in isolation. They are the result of a supporting and nurturing environment. At this time, I would like the family of Andrea Duarte Yepes to stand and be recognized. Thank you. Joining her today are her parents, Carlos Duarte and Lorena Yepes. Let's give them another round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, you have seen what Andrea has been able to do in 5 short years living in the United States and in 4 short years at Dillard High School. Now keep your eyes on the screen for the next big production, directed by none other than the salutatorian of Dillard High School class of 2021, Andrea Duarte Yepes.
Wow, that was quite an introduction. All right. Welcome, honored guests and class of 2021. My name is Andrea Duarte. It is my honor to be standing here as your salutatorian for the class of 2021. Although I'm nervous, and to be honest, even trembling, I've got a few words to say about how excited I am to be here and acknowledge everyone who made it possible. To the Dillard faculty and staff, thank you for equipping us with the necessary tools to prepare us for a future, for better jobs, for better education, especially during these difficult times, since teachers had to figure out somehow how to teach virtually. To our teachers, who always managed to provide us with the knowledge we needed. Teachers, this night would not have been possible without you. I would like to give special thanks to Ms. Jenkins, Mr. Joseph, Ms. Calder, Ms. Feynman, and Ms. Leewright for helping me through my 4 years at Dillard. You have no idea how much you inspired me to become who I am today. Thank you. To my family, thank you. I do not think I will be standing here without your constant support. To my parents, who gathered the courage, just like many other parents present, to bring us into this country, who worked tirelessly in jobs that callous their professional hands, to provide me for a better future and for our future. To my friends and extended family watching us tonight from the other side of the screen, from all over the world. We made it, y viva Venezuela. And lastly, to my friends and my fellow graduates, we made it. Be proud, because even if our high school experience could be compressed into rushing deadlines, pulling all-nighters, watching the fall apart outside our window, of course, that is not everything. Let us remember as well to cherish all the funny, impactful, and good memories we have gathered through these 4 years. Class of 2021, be proud because we're all here, relatives scattered, and our effort mattered. Let tonight be a night to remember. After all, this is just the beginning of our new next chapter in life. And tonight, we celebrate. Congratulations, class of 2021. My apologies.
Microphone check. Okay. Good evening, graduates, dignitaries, families, friends, and guests. What a blessing it is for me to be standing here this evening to celebrate and share with you the unpretentious lifestyle, personal commitment, and family values of an amazing young man, Ricardo Sanchez Gordon. This year's graduating class of 2021 valedictorian. The joys of his life. Ricardo enjoys spending time relaxing while eating 2 of his favorite foods, spaghetti and lasagna. He smiles when he speaks about his family and his future plans after high school. Oh yeah, I almost forgot, Ricardo. He wanted me to mention that he has a laid-back personality which gives him good energy to focus on being the best he can be daily. Good vibes only. Committed to his personal growth, Ricardo is extremely excited to take his talents to the University of Central Florida, where he plans to pursue a degree in computer science with a focus on programming, which is his first love. Needless to say, his curiosity and interest for programming has led him to earn certifications in Java, JavaScript, and MTA software development fundamentals. In addition, his passion for coding afforded him the opportunity to become the leader in the Broward Hackathon's Most Innovative Ideas Awards. He has also received an exemplary acknowledgement for the development of the robotics team scouting app in 2020. Ricardo has worked with Florida Blue as an intern claims examiner since 2019, as well as earned 146 service hours working within his community. His work ethics has placed him in the elite status amongst his peers. With a graduating class of 300 students, Ricardo has earned his place as the valedictorian by maintaining a perfect, unweighted grade point average of 4.0 and a weighted grade point average of 5.1831. Can you say self-investment? Ricardo has been booked and busy. Will the parents and family members of Ricardo Sanchez Gordon please stand, be recognized as we celebrate you. Thank you. The young man. This young man has made such a lasting impression on several of his teachers and peers over the past 4 years while attending Dillard High School. Mrs. Lee Wright describes Ricardo as intelligent, mature, and diligent. Ms. Feynman stated that Ricardo is the epitome of dedication, and his friends consider him to be simply the best. You know who you are, and you know what I'm talking about. I find Ricardo to be a good listener, respectful, resourceful, and a true friend to his friends. Ricardo humbly shared with me his identifying quote, and I quote, "Pride cometh before the fall." Proverbs 16 and 18. If a person is too arrogant, he or she will make a mistake or fail in a big way. Ricardo speaks positive words and shows personal integrity in everything that he does. He is a role model for his peers. Ricardo also attributes his success to the unconditional love and sacrifices and support of his family. To Ricardo's family, you are the wind beneath his wings. Ricardo, you are an amazing young man. You are in a class of your own. You are the valedictorian of the class like no other. Ricardo, we celebrate you. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Ricardo Sanchez Gordon, this year's valedictorian.
To last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on now. Celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time.
Good evening. On behalf of the class of 2021, I would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to every faculty and staff member, every parent, guardian, volunteer, and community member for all your support, energy, and sacrifice. Without you, we would not be gathered here today, ready to celebrate how far we've come. I want to specifically thank my parents for sticking with me through thick and thin as I forged my path through these years. Today is a time of joy, one where we commemorate the 4 years that we have spent learning and growing. When I took my first steps into high school, I imagined the time would be seemingly infinite, but now that I stand in front of you, I can attest that time was not only finite, but extremely short. But in this finite time, we have met amazing people, we're guided by compassionate souls, and we're ultimately equipped to take our next steps. We have spent a limited amount of time with each other, but that doesn't make it any less valuable. In fact, it makes it precious, since the memories we created will be cherished forevermore. Just like the time before, this graduation will soon pass, but this short moment of celebration will last through infinity in our hearts. Today is a time of reflection, so yesterday's missteps do not become tomorrow's blunders. Throughout my education, one thing has been constant: the feeling of running out of time to do things that approach ever so close every passing second. We have spent nights working so long that life feels like a dream. And in my case, I've been dreaming for so long that I'm not even sure I'm awake. Because this certainly does feel like a dream. I imagine that some of you share this feeling regardless of your successes or challenges. Time is both short and long, but whichever is the case at any given moment, it must be optimized in our favor. In the pursuit of glory, it's important to not neglect things that aren't directly pivotal to your goals, since they may provide an experience that helps enrich your life. Time is a fickle thing, full of seemingly short joys juxtaposed by seemingly lasting hardships. But one absolute truth is that it keeps moving forwards. The trials we have endured, the tribulations that we have endured, and the lessons that we have learned serve to steel us for the future, so no possible event can bend our path to success. I want us all to leave today with an unwavering understanding that we have proven to ourselves in our teens that we have what it takes to face adversity and win. So, today is a time where we look into the bright horizon that is the future, for we know that the experiences that we live through will, without a doubt, assure our success into the future and beyond. I wish us all good luck and best wishes on our journeys, no matter how diverse they may be. Congratulations, class of 2021.
Come on down. Here they come. Get ready for a selection performed by Anaya Owens and Carmen Tomasini.
Let's give Anaya and Carmen another hand. And I'd also like to acknowledge Mr. Fernandez for helping us arrange that. In every organization or walk of life, there are always those who seem to stand out from the crowd because of their outstanding talent, ability, or dedication. The class of 2021 is no exception, for within this class are students who have distinguished themselves because of their academic achievement. It gives me great pleasure at this time to introduce those academic scholars who rank in the top 10% of their class. Students, as your name is called, please stand, turn to face the audience, and remain standing until all names have been called. Audience, please hold your applause until all students have been recognized. But we all know that's not going to happen. Top 1%, Ricardo Sanchez Gordon, Andrea Duarte Yepes, Mackenzie Tice, Diego Arnold. Top 2%, Christian Jones, Aaliyah Matthews, Michaela Tran, Ayana Agapova. Top 5%, Giovanni Larson Vasquez, Damari Cyrus, Trevin Rotman, Misael Mendoza, Davina Campbell, Saifuddin Hamraoui, Paris Brown, Ronald Johnson, Geraldine Monsalve, Maureen St. Fard, Gerland Almanord, Naya Smith, Elijah Shaver. Top 10%, Mario Zuniga, Alamari Fuller, Claudine Luke, Jasmine Heslop, Alessia Mignot, Anaya Owens, Erica Robinson, David Gerland, Janaya Pascal, Keanu Burnaby, China Mater, Niani Ngodu, Kyra Henderson, Monica Julian, Claire Boone, Nivik Harard, Latasia Hunt, Madalena Frayden, Melanie Casanova, Seja Kennedy, Dontavia Calloway, and Kaylin Thompson. Will the parents of the top 10% please stand and be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated. A commitment to service is a wonderful thing, and it is one of our goals for education. At this time, please join me in acknowledging all of our students wearing a silver cord that demonstrates their commitment to serving the community by earning 250 or more service hours. At this time, will all the graduates wearing a silver cord please stand and face the audience to be recognized? That's right, give all of them a round of applause. Thank you all for your service to the community. You may be seated.
Good evening, Panther family and the graduates of 2021. It's in recognition of the graduates achieving industry certification. In an ever-changing economy, as we have experienced over the past few years, it is important that our graduates enter the workforce equipped to compete in the job market. Recognizing the importance of being prepared and anxious to give our students every advantage. Dillard High School is proud to announce that more than 182 graduates not only have earned a high school diploma, but also industry certification in one or more fields. Will all of the students wearing blue and silver cords indicating industry certification please stand, face the audience, and be recognized? You may be seated. It's for the NAV certifications. Another program that prepares our students for the workforce is the NAV Track Certification Program. The NAV program is a partnership between business and education designed to improve how the educational system prepares and trains Americans for work. Student performance is measured through career-related coursework, a high-qualifying paid internship, and a high school graduation. Each NAV course culminates with a final project and an end-of-course exam. A NAV certification can put a student on the road to employment in one of the top Fortune 500 companies. This year, we are delighted to announce that the graduates of 2021 has 22 NAV students. Please stand and face the audience when your name is called. For the NAV participants wearing the single green cords, Sherman Andrews, Tamara Baker. You're supposed to be standing, facing the audience when I call your name. Jalen Jackson, Shayla Poe, Deshaun Rucker, Kyle Sampson, Mark Soel, Deontra Sullick, and William Sylvain. For the students wearing the double strand green and white cord, NAV Track certified, Diego Arnold, Remaya Bruce, Brianna Desenort, Kalia Drummond, Samaria Fluellen, Niani Nagodu, Sue Lee Palmer Benedict, Erica Robinson, Kiwan Scott, Andre Thompson, Wilberto Valdez Martinez, Deterica Williams, and Jessica Willingham. Please, 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 let's give all these students a round of applause. You may be seated. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody, family, friends in the class of 2021. I am Ms. Foston, the senior class advisor. I want to first thank the administrative team, which starts with our proud principal here at Dillard High School, 6212, Mrs. Robinson, for allowing me the opportunity to be a part of this history-making process. To the class of 2021 assistant principal, Ms. Latimer, thank you for tapping me on the shoulder 2 years ago to take over as the class advisor. Thank you to the faculty and the staff here that were sure to lean on, to the students that allowed me to be your greatest supporter, your advocate, your mentor, and of course, your truth teller. You've achieved so much in the past years that I have the honor of being called your advisor. To our first jam-packed class meeting together, to going virtual, all the way to a room dripping in diamonds, and of course, battling a pandemic together. The class of 2021, you made it. While the virus wreaked havoc across the world and changed nearly every aspect of life, this class still managed to overcome any adversities with lively spirits and unwavering Panther pride that shined through during these unprecedented times. Today begins a new chapter of all your lives, and as you move forward, you will face many challenges. When such a time arrives, and undoubtedly it will, remember 3 life lessons from a former Navy SEAL by the name of Admiral William McRaven. If you want to change the world, sometimes you have to slide down the obstacle head first. If you want to change the world, you must be your very best in the darkest moment. And if you want to change the world, start singing when you're up to your neck in mud. Make sure to always be good to one another, to be kind to others, and no matter your future endeavors, be sure to knock on every door, windows if you have to, and never settle for anything less than greatness. As I prepare to present to you an extraordinary young man, I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge the other 4 officers in their respective positions for all their hard work and dedication throughout a year that was truly like no other. When I call your name, girls, please stand. Our Vice President, Najee Brantley. Our Secretary, Miracle Redmond. Our Treasurer, Jakiria Moyo. And our Historian, Anaya Jean Simon. Thank you so much, girls. I have the honor of presenting to you all today a young man who I had the privilege of watching grow into a prolific leader, an outstanding student, and a star varsity basketball player, and a comedian of sorts. When I first met Jabari 3 years ago, he was a handful, to say the least. He was everywhere except where he was supposed to be, so those robocall homes were accurate. He was high-spirited, always cracking jokes, and for some reason, he never seemed to find his seat in my class. But with all that comes his growth. I have watched him grow into a young man who leads by example, rallies his classmates in times of need, and worked diligently throughout this entire year. So to our principal, family, friends, distinguished guests, faculty and staff, and to a class like no other, the class of 2021, please join me in welcoming your senior class president, Jabari Ashley.
Mama, some of that stuff ain't true. Dad, hey, see you up there. Before we get started, I just want to say, nobody told me the gown was going to be this big, though. It's too big. On a serious note, class of 2021, for those who don't know me, I'm Jabari Ashley, your class president. As we leave high school, I would like to remember you with, y'all know I'm going to mess up, so don't even do all that. With a few things to remember. As we all know, this has been one of the most unique graduating class, like so unique, one day it's going to be in a movie. I strongly believe we're one of the best to ever do it. Our high school journey kicked off in 2017, when we all came together as one to walk the halls of the illustrious Dillard High School. Y'all supposed to clap right now. It seems like it was just yesterday when we were freshmen, baby Panthers, trying to figure out where the PA building was, our assigned lunches, and personally, where our crush would be after the bell. Just so she could see my new outfit. Something we all can attest to, things have definitely changed tremendously. There's a new definition of normal, having to carry a mask and loads of hand sanitizer everywhere we go. Having to disinfect everything we touch, speaking to our instructors through a computer screen, even if we're in the same room. And if you chose to go to school, we had to be even more careful, considering we're around hundreds of students. Never in a million years could I imagine having to be in a classroom with 2 students. And my teacher still marked me absent. Dad, I promise you I ain't lying. Anyone who knows me know I act a fool in the classroom, so just imagine how much a change that was for me. I went from dancing on desks to turning my camera on accident. Even though this may be the end of our high school journey, this is not the end of our story. In fact, this is the beginning, the time where we work harder than ever. I like to say on the road to success, it doesn't matter what route you take, as long as you strive and aim for greatness. As my president says, one second, let me get off my phone. This is not in the book. I used to pray for times like this. Yeah. So I had to grind like that to shine like this. In a matter of time, I spent up on some locked up-ish. In the back of the paddy wagon, cuffs locked on wrist. See my dreams come true. I seen my dreams unfold. Nightmares come true. It was time to marry the game. I said, yeah, I do. If you want it, you got to see it with a clear-eye view. That wasn't Barack Obama, though. That was Meek Mill, for the ones that don't know. Now I want y'all to clap for my Instagram. Just wait. Start clapping now. I love y'all. Bye. Oh, I gotta wipe that thing down.
Sorry. Give him another big round of applause. It is now my pleasure to introduce School Board Member Donna Korn. Ms. Korn is your county-wide board member representing all of Broward County Public Schools. Ms. Korn has served as a guardian ad litem and board member of Handy, which supports Broward County's foster care children. She has passionately dedicated her life to advocating for children through her involvement in organizations such as the Children's Services Council, Voices for Children of Broward, and the United Way. She was privileged to participate in an honor flight to serve and honor veterans during a trip to Washington, D.C. Ms. Korn is a graduate and former English teacher at Weston High School, thereafter earning her bachelor's degree from Emory University. Ms. Korn's greatest accomplishment is being the mother of 3 amazing children who have proudly attended our Broward County Public Schools. Ms. Korn, addressing you in your official capacity as a member of the School Board of Broward County, Florida, I certify as principal of Dillard High School that those persons whose names will be announced have successfully completed the course of study as prescribed by the Florida State Board of Education and the School Board of Broward County, Florida. Ms. Korn, I present to you for graduation the Dillard High School class of 2021.
Thank you very much, Ms. Robinson. And on behalf of the School Board of Broward County, I accept and additionally certify that the Dillard class of 2021 has met all of the requirements of the school board and the state of Florida for graduation from high school. Congratulations. I am so honored to be here this evening to celebrate what is, for many of you, the biggest achievement of your life so far. I have to begin by thanking the parents, friends, coaches, pastors, and mentors that guided many of you to this momentous occasion. And certainly, we must pause to thank our teachers, administrators, and support staff for all of their hard work as they took you down this path to walk across the stage tonight. I'd like to impart a few words of wisdom, which I hope strike a chord, as you truly are the foundations of our future. So, as you walk towards the next steps in your life, do it with purpose, enthusiasm, and drive. Keep in mind that as you ponder these steps, consider that it is not always what you do, but how you do it. When you win, win with humility. When you lose, lose with an appreciation for your opponent's ability and effort, yet with conviction that next time you will rise above and be victorious. When you stumble, don't meekly and quickly get up and hope that no one saw you fall, but rather stand up. Look back at what made you falter and overcome the hurdle to be greater than you've ever been before. When you are sad, find peace in the ones around you and look for solace in bringing even some small joy to another, as your happiness will grow in giving to others. When you look to be trusted, first trust yourself, as others will follow your lead. When you celebrate your achievements, take time to appreciate your own efforts. As Nelson Mandela once said, it always seems impossible until it's done. Before I step aside, I want to take a moment to also recognize those graduates who are going on to protect our freedoms by serving in the armed forces. If I could ask you to once again stand for just a moment and remain standing. Along with our graduates, also, I would like for all of those who have served or currently are serving in one of the branches of our military in our audience to please stand and also be recognized along with our graduates. Thank you so very much for your service. And congratulations, class of 2021.
Thank you, Ms. Corn. It's roll call time. Ms. Butler, we're ready. As those seniors on the stage prepare to return back to their seats, seniors in the audience, first row, you may stand. Remember, this is your opportunity for that professional photo, so when you come across the stage, you may remove your mask, but that is your choice, but you may remove the mask. Remember, this is your professional photo on the stage. Mr. Wynn, Ms. Davenport, we're ready. Mr. Levinsky, I'm gonna have you to go down and start with the names. Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. They have the cards. Hold up, Miss Butler.
Jabari Ashley. Taikia McCann. Sharon Robinson. Jamia Adams. Ayana Agapova. Woodland Alexandra. Diana Allen. Almanord Gerland. Agnelli Alvarado. Nayeli Alvarado. Jeremiah Anderson. Sherman Andrews. Armand Dave Jr. Diego Arnold. Wilshana Augustine. Tamara Baker. Keziah Baker. Zariah Banks. Michaela Banton. Dejanae Barber. Desinia Barcenas. Andrea Duarte Yepes. Ricardo Sanchez Gordon. Gerard Bass. Tyreek Baxter. Osai Joel Bazile. Stanley Belizaire. Demetria Bell. Benoit Gibson. Wangley Benoit. Keanu Burnaby. Dimitri Bernot. Phasia Bianemi. Josiah Bigelow. Nyla Biggs. Brandy Bivens. Cedric Black. Wilna Bolivar. Claire Boone. Samantha Boston. Joshua Bozeman. Adrian Braga. Najee Brantley. Shania Breedlove. Kayla Brooks. Tiara Brooks. Tyrese Brooks. Anaya Brown. Ariana Brown. Damian Brown. Jerkasia Brown. Kyle Brown. Maya Brown. Paris Brown. Ramaya Bruce. Talesia Bryant, Jade Cadet, Dontavia Calloway, Kyvaria Calloway, Adrian Camacho, DeAndre Campbell, Davina Campbell, Fernando Cardona, Derek Carter, Ranaya Carter, Jamiria Caston, Dino Cato, Jayshamar Katul, Rishlin Celestin, Fedzloni Caesar, Shania Chisholm, Dorian Chisholm, Roger Clark, Keon Clayton, Tyrese Clowers, Lathira Cochran, Makasia Cochran, Joshua Compare, Jayla Cooper, Jakaya Kyler, Damari Cyrus, Shaddai Davis, Trinity Davis, Akira Delise, Zachariah Demps, Sana Dennis, Erica Dennison, Walandi Durisma, Rihanna Desenord, Lubinson Dorellis, Malika Douglas, Kalia Downing, Kalia Drummond, Joshua Dunmore, Clinton Edwards, Sequoia Emmanuel, Amaya Edhart, Jordan Evans, Samson Evans, Trayvon Fairclough, Destin Finellis, Nathan Ferguson, Ronnie Fernander, Laud Fertil, Jordan Fitzpatrick, Jordan Fleming, Matthew Florinord, Raymond Flores. Davaris Floyd. Samaria Fluellen. Madalena Frayden. Charday Francis. Alicia Francois. Johnny Frazier.
Shatoria Freeman. Keep walking, walking. Almari Fuller. Samuel Gabulus. Almari Gardner. David Garland. Yamilet Gomez Vargas. Tavion Gordon. Kai Grant. Ashanti Griffin. Latravia Griffin. Aleska Gutierrez. Mark Hall Jr. Paris Johnson. Cleveland Hamilton. Saifuddin Hamraru. Tom Harris IV. Ariana Headlam. Damari Heller. Demetrice Heller. Kira Henderson. Jonathan Henry. Nivik Harard. Jasmine Heslop. Dejanay Hicks. Angelique Hines. Amari Holloman. Kenyon Hunnigan. Anaya Houston. Brenaya Hudson. Brianna Humphrey. Latasia Hunt. Who was that? Elijah Hyman. Jalen Jackson. Jamaria Jackson. Shania Jackson. Walna Jacquees. France Jean Jr. Merlanda Jean. Reynard Jean Jr. Teresa Jean. Anaya Jean Simon. Tiana Jennings. Antonio Johnson. Devondra Johnson. Jada Johnson. Roger Johnson. Ronald Johnson. Sierra Johnson. What? Valtavia Johnson. Oh, you better get it right. Ariel Jones. Sharmiria Jones. Christian Jones. Douglas Jones. Marcus Jones. Michael Jones. Dynasty Jordan. Anika Joseph. Michael Joseph. Denley Joe Burt. Monica Julian. Stephanie Kelly. Sasia Kennedy. Boy, if you don't get up there. Barrington Leibach. Isaiah Lake. Giovanni Larson Vasquez. Makita Lawrence. Darakil Limon. Mariah Leon. Sarah Leon. Marshall Leslie. Isabella Lewis. Jordana Lewis. Justin Lewis. Callie Lewis. Malik Lewis. Moses Lewis Jr. Kendasia Ling. Solomon Lyria. Brendan Lewis. Loving Journey. Claudine Luke. Abigail Magnus. Tamar Mallard. China Mateer. Aaliyah Matthews. Tamaya Mayweather. Twyla McBride. Amonte McCullum. Elijah McDowell. Tianya McLean. Misael Mendoza. Shellyanne Mendoza Greaves. Okay. Samsley Mertil. Michelle Tanisha. Courtney Mikkel. Alisa Mignot. Rashane Miller. Tanya Mitchell. Moise Shanice. Wilford Mondestin. Geraldine Monsell. Adrian Monterosa. Ayana Moore. Ashanti Moore Green. Joylyn Morant Johnson. Hilda Morales. Joshua Morris. Trakia Moss. Shakaya Mountain. Jakira Moyo. Jelani Muhammad. Okay. Jordan Neely. Rihanna Nelson. Shondell Nelson. Nayani Ngodu. Brianna Noel. Emmanuel Noel. Nobins Noel. Joseph Portillo. Shalia Polk. Darius Portier. Thaddeus Pender. Cohen's Pierre. Kim Mari, Petite Home. Mariah Peterson. Lorene Pericles. Pena Torres Alana. Sincere Pegues. Sine Patterson. Sevion Passmore. Janae Pascal. Suli Palma Benedict. Anya Owens. Fransley Osuna Martinez. Wadina Parasidu. Anasia Priesum. John Pruitt.
Kayla Quinn. Shamanica Ragland. Miracle Redmond. Robert Reese IV. Jamia Render. Zanaya Reynolds. Charnel Richards. Kashai Roberts. Tajay Roberts. Alexis Robinson. Erica Robinson. Diamond J. Rawlings. Meredith Romero Salazar. Courtney Ross. Trevin Rotman. Dania Rowe. Yamari Royas. Deshaun Rucker. Kanaya Russell. Peterson Saden. John Say Saint Bien. Jennifer Saint Jean. Jasmine Saint Surin. Stephanie Saintville. Ayana Salki. Ethan Salmon Gray. Kyle Sampson. Daquan Sands. Dorian Sawyer. Calexis Santiago. Antonia Scott. Kiwan Scott. Elijah Shaver. Nia Shaw. Leonard Schultz. Jalen Singletary. Jade Singletary. Deja Smith. Christina Smith. Naya Smith. Trayvon Smith. Mark Sowell Jr. Valencia Suma. Stephen St. Claus. Maureen St. Fard. Janari Sterling. Alana Stokes. Joshila Street. Jalea Stewart. Deontra Sully. William Sylvain. Quan Tanksley. Quentin Tanksley. Cameron Terry. Mackenzie Tice. Jamar Thomas. Kyla Thomas. Carmen Tomasini. Andre Thompson. Kaylin Thompson. Leonte Thompson. Zanaya Thompson. Alejandra Toledo. Michaela Tran. Tatiana Turner. Victor Ureta Morales. Evans Valcourt. Wilberto Valdez Martinez. Lourdes Varias. Isabella Vanales. Darvin Wagstaff. Kamaria Walters. Dennis Walwyn. Chelsea Ward. Deshaun Ware. Marcus Watson. Felicia Webb. Dominique Webb. Yasmin Welch. Amaya White. Brennan White. Akayla Williams. Antonia Williams. Deterica Williams. Joy Williams. Samira Williams. Takira Williams. Jessica Willingham. Darrelton Wilson. Jada Wilson. Jasmine Wright. Brandon Young Jr. Terrence Young Jr. Mario Zuniga. Shelby Zuza. Daniel Heath. Fritz Desenord. Matthew Nottage.
I'm gonna let the last senior take his seat. Seniors, get ready, get ready, get ready. Seniors, please rise. Yeah. I now declare you graduated. You may transfer your tassel, and you may take your walk.
Dillard High School, we've been in existence since 1907, and we're still going strong. Yes, sir. It's your boy, John Willingham Jr. My class is 1989. Y'all put your pepper palms up. Let's go. Hey. Everybody say it. Yes, sir. Come on. Yes, sir. Come on, say it. Hey. Y'all ready? Y'all ready?
Will everyone please rise and join us in singing the Dillard High School alma mater? Congratulations. May God bless each one of you. Please don't leave during the singing of the alma mater. Come on, seniors. It's on the back of your program in case you haven't found it. Thank you. Parents and guests, if you would remain in your seats until the graduates exit the room. Please remain in your seats until the graduates exit the room. Let's give our class of 2021 another big round of applause. Graduates, you have done it. You have made it. Blue, gray, blue, gray. All right, congratulations. We're ready to go. Let's exit out of here. Give us that marching. Stay in your seats. We're going to come out in order. This way. Y'all make some noise for the class of 2021 as they exit the room. Congratulations. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight. We really appreciate your support. Big shout out to my mom, Miss Davis over here, and my sister, my husband, Ashley. I think I saw my brother Cedric over there, my niece and my nephew, Joshua and Shaquesta. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Mr. Vernon Brown, thank you for coming out tonight. And everyone. Parents, they're going to turn in their gowns and receive their actual diplomas, and they will meet you out front.